And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, a real estate and finance expert, and goes to bat for you every day as your consumer advocate. Your host, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and providing you the timely truth centered around your real estate, credit, finance, home staging, and so much more. You're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, where our number one goals are to educate, entertain, enlighten, but most importantly, engage. We want to help you win in any marketplace.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Now, I want you to pull out your smartphone, save our consumer advocate hotline number in your phone. It's 813-917-1894.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-917-1894.
Baby, don't forget my number.
And we want you to bookmark our website, realestateradiotampa.com. Realestateradiotampa.com. That's our website, blog site, a plethora of information available there for you. You can also find links to all of our expert contributors, over 80 show partners now that we've thoroughly vetted, and we bring them in the show, and they're consumer advocates. They want to help you win in over 80 different areas of business and finance, 8 different attorneys that we have associated with our show. So no matter what you're facing, we want you to think of this show as the hub of your financial wheel. Each spoke extending out, representing another one of our preferred partners, the finest folks in Tampa Bay and the Gulf Coast region of Florida that we've assembled to help you win. And we don't care if you're climbing a corporate ladder or if you throw a ladder in your truck on the way to work. This show's for you. We're going to entertain, we're going to educate, and we're going to make you more street smart here on the Real Estate Quarterback Show. Let's go around the horn now, make our introductions. Back in studio, the Mortgage Maverick in studio, Curt Lorden. Welcome back.
Thank you very much, Brandon. Well, congratulations. We all survived Tropical Storm Hermine.
That's
which is
right.
Outstanding. We talked a little bit about renovation with Sara being in the studio today. I think that's a great topic, and touch a little bit about what's going on in the home buying arena like we do every week.
That's right. Give them an update, things happening in the marketplace, and
Yep.
help you avoid that stress.
Just to sleep, but now we're stressed out.
Also in studio, Sara Chiareli, Artful Conceptions. Welcome back in.
Great to be back. Good to see you both. Curt, Brandon, awesome to be here.
Excellent. Yep. My pleasure. And we also have Jim Van Steenhouse, President and CEO of Interlinc Mortgage, expecting a call from him any moment. And as you know, I'm the host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, owner of Platinum MVP Realty. Got a couple of hot listings I want to let you know about. 18003 Cozumel Isle Drive, Corey Lake Isles, 5 bedrooms, 4 bath. And it is a custom hotel design, modern chic, clean home here. 24-inch custom tile throughout the entire home, glass tile, listed at $1.199 million. Great buying opportunity here on Cozumel Isle Drive in Tampa, as well as just listed here. I got a commercial opportunity. Any business owners, entrepreneurs, developers, builders. I got a corner lot right here in Oldsmar, 700 St. Petersburg Drive West, Oldsmar. It's only $295,000, just reduced as well from a previous listing. Over a quarter-acre lot, 1,375 square feet. Great buying opportunity in beautiful Tampa Bay.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
All right. So let's go ahead and let Curt introduce our guest. I think we have our caller on the line. It's Jim Van Steenhouse, and Curt, Interlinc Mortgage, local lender here, highly respected in the community. And, we appreciate everything you're doing as a consumer advocate, helping our consumers understand the market out there. Mm-hmm. And I believe we got Jim on the phone as well.
Jim, you there?
Good afternoon.
How are you, buddy?
Very well.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, basically just, we want to, we're doing so much here in the community. We want to just kind of let everyone out there kind of know the bigger picture, the bigger idea of Interlinc, and kind of what separates us on, a corporate level as well as a local level than any other mortgage company out there.
Yeah, it's a great question. Folks ask me that all the time. First of all, Brandon and Curt, thanks for having me on the show. And I guess first and foremost, y'all, everything all right with those storms out there?
Yeah, we survived. We're
looking good.
Yep, just kind of, it's we're used to them down here.
Roger that. When I started Interlinc in 2004, we had 4 people. And today we've got over 450 professionals. And I think, if you grow an organization to be something that is more about culture and environment, and that's a very big cliche in today's industry, but you have a culture of accountability, which means we hold people responsible for what it is that they do, and we set proper expectations and metrics. And you have an environment of catching people doing something right versus the opposite, which is, some people specialize in catching people doing something wrong. We prefer the former versus the latter. You have the ability to attract what we coin as the 20% of the sales force that does 80% of the production. And I'm sure, Brandon, it's the same in your world in real estate. The 20% do the 80%. And the question is, do you want to associate with the 80 that does the 20 or the 20 that does the 80?
Yeah, exactly.
And our philosophy is, gentlemen like Curt and the relationships that he has with his referral partners, his builders, his realtors, and obviously the relationships that he takes care of his clients. And I mean, this company is just, we've been truly blessed to go from 4 folks in 2004 doing business in one city to today we're over 450 strong, operating in 22 states, and proud to be associated with Curt and the team down there in Florida. And we've just been really blessed as a company, just through the professionals that we hire. You surround yourself with winners, you'll win. You surround yourself with losers, and bad things happen. They always say, what team wins the Super Bowl? Well, 99.9% of the time, the team with the most talent wins, and that's no different in any other industry.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's your thoughts on the the environment? Yellen, Janet Yellen, will she or won't she raise rates? What there's so many geopolitical things happening out there, overseas, domestic issues, of course, the election year. What do you see happening over the next 6 months, and then maybe fast forward, 2 or 3 years out?
Yeah, I mean, there's no question. At some point in time, rates are going to tweak up. Ironically enough, the last time the Feds raised the rates went down. So it's a crystal ball effect. Nobody's figured out thus far how it really works. But as it relates to interest rates, look, we're in a very, very good environment. I mean, the bottom line is everybody at some point in time is going to have shelter, whether or not they rent or they own. Shelter is going to be a priority at any given point in every individual's life.
Right.
So the question is that, I mean, you guys are too young, but I remember back when interest rates were 16, 17%. People still bought houses.
Yep.
Now, you may not have as many homes being sold, which means that 20% of the sales force that does 80% of the business, they will increase their market share. Gentlemen like Curt and his fine team of professionals, man, they will thrive in a high interest rate market, in a low interest rate market. Obviously everybody prefers the latter, but the bottom line, we're in a fantastic industry where at some point in everybody's life, it's like kids that get out of college. We know for a fact everybody coming out of college wants a job, and we know for a fact that everybody at some point in their life is going to either rent or own. And who's going to be the professional to take care of them? The second part of your question on the oversight. You can kind of get in specifically into the presidential race we've got going right now in the last 8 years under Obama. I mean, look, there is a lot of regulation, and truth of the matter is that this industry needed some regulation, and we may have gotten more than we asked for. Typically, when the pendulum swings, it swings pretty far to the left or to the right. And it really raised the barriers of entry into this business. And our number one initiative is to be compliance bulletproof. And what that means simply is do our jobs right, according to the directions set out by the CFPB, according to the instructions set out by Dodd-Frank.
Right.
These agencies, if you do what you are supposed to do and you hire the right people who understand that there's a right way to do it and an incorrect way to do it, and you hire the right people, whether or not you have a Democrat or a Republican in office, that's not going to have any sway on whether or not someone wants to buy a home.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot to talk about there. And by the way, thanks for kind of referring to us as younger gentlemen. I'm at the point where I appreciate that now. But yeah, we're gonna talk more with Jim Van Steenhouse, President and CEO of Interlinc Mortgage, and also Curt Lorden here in studio, branch manager, local lender here. Support your local lenders, support your local economy, and drive right past those big box stores on the corner. We don't want to support those guys. Those are the guys that took the bailout money and gave their CEOs the golden parachute. So drive right on by those guys, the big box stores. You know who they are. And stay with us. Don't touch that dial. Real Estate Quarterback Show. We're also going to hear from Sara Chiareli, interior design expert, Artful Conceptions, and a lot of things happening here in the Tampa Bay market. And we're going to talk a little bit more about things that we can expect to happen, things to come. I want to get Curt's opinion on that with what we're seeing locally here with the growth. Housing starts are still up. Right on point as well, Jim, is that there's not, you fall into two camps. Either you own a house or you rent one, and we want to help you as a consumer get into the camp of home ownership. So don't touch that dial. You're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, realestateradiotampa.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Real Estate Quarterback Show, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay. Featured in Florida Realtor Magazine, the Business Journal, Tribune, multiple times recognized for innovations with marketing, helping our sellers profit more on the sale of their real estate properties. Great time to get off the fence as well. We're talking about mortgage rates, things happening in the economy, both micro and macro. And this segment is brought to you by Back in Health Massage. Big shout out to Michael Vogt with Back in Health Massage. He's located on Gun Highway in Del Mabry, there the corner. And he's voted top 10 massage services in Tampa Bay as the readers of the Tampa Bay Business Journal's Best in the Biz Awards multiple times, as well as the Maids Cleaning Service. They do a great job cleaning our real estate properties. Big shout out to the Maids Cleaning Service, 24-hour, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. the maids. They are referred for a reason. And we're back here in studio live from iHeartRadio, your most important hour on the radio every weekday, Monday through Friday, 7p to 8p, right here on 1250 Wins. Also on the weekends, we're on 102.5 The Bone on the FM dial, and you can watch our live stream as well by using the Google Chrome app and click on the live stream feature on our website as well at realestateradiotampa.com. A couple of hot listings here. Just listed this property, 13167 Royal Pines Avenue in Riverview, Triple Creek subdivision, 4 bedrooms, 2 bath, 1 half bath, over 2,562 square feet, listed at $279,000. Great buying opportunity here, 2-story property at Royal Pines Avenue in Riverview. And I got a Beach Park beauty here at 4618 West Beach Park Drive in Tampa. 4 bedrooms, 3 full bath, 1 half bath, over 2,550 square feet, listed at $785,000 for this beautiful Cape Cod style pool home in beautiful Beach Park, Tampa, Florida. 33609 is one of the hottest zip codes in all of Tampa Bay.
Sun is shining, the weather is sweet.
All right, on the phones, we've got Mr. Jim Van Steenhouse, President and CEO of Interlinc Mortgage, and we want to go back to our special caller and kind of pick up where we left off. I know, Curt, we want to talk a little about, we talked about the Family Foundation. Let's talk about the Family Foundation at Interlinc as well.
Yeah, so one of the things, when I was being recruited and headhunted, I vetted through all these mortgage companies, and, Jim said earlier, the teams that win the Super Bowl have the most talent, but they also have the best leaders, and the leadership team that we have at Interlinc is phenomenal. I mean, they're always pushing us to get better. Iron sharpens iron. But one of the things I fell in love with was the Interlinc Family Foundation. And Jim, if you could kind of expound on that and what it's all about, what it, basically just the ins and outs of the Family Foundation.
Yeah, look, C.S. Lewis said, I'm afraid that the only safe rule is to give more than we can spare. There ought to be things we should like to do and cannot because our charitable expenditures exclude them. The Interlinc Family Foundation is really geared towards underprivileged and challenged children. And the beauty of the foundation within the organization is the fact that we go out and permeate through the 22 states of which we conduct business, and our team members bring these phenomenal organizations to the board, and we have partnerships all across the United States working with these children. We believe in the biblical saying, you give someone a fish and feed them for a day, teach them to fish and you'll feed them for life. And
right.
The biggest part of it is it's comprised that you have time, talent, and treasure. It's not easy, but it's easier to just give your treasure, and that's where it stops. We take it a little bit further. For us to participate with these organizations across the U.S. to deal with challenged and underprivileged children, we not only give of our treasure, but we also give of our time and our talent. And a quick example of that, if you take, one of the institutions that we partner with here in Houston, Texas, Boys and Girls Country, a lot of these boys and girls do not have a home. Boys and Girls Country is their home. They've been abandoned by their parents, or their parents were on drugs or in jail. And if you walk up to one of these kids and say, "Would you like a $100 bill, or would you like to play catch for an hour?" They're going to play catch for an hour every day of the week and twice on Sunday. And our ability through our professionals like Curt and his team and the other folks across the U.S. to get out there and participate with these children, it's just been unbelievable. The foundation started in 2012. My wife and I put it together. We brought it inside of the organization as a 501c3. And the participation, I can honestly say, serving is addicting. And once our team members start serving and giving of their time and their talent, the foundation has just gone into the stratosphere in our participation.
Yeah, and one of the things that we do every year is an employee rally, and it's not like the old Argent days when it's a big blowout party. It's the entire organization getting together, and there's some events that we do. But one of the things that we did last year, it was a silent auction, Jim.
Yes, sir.
Yep. And how much money do we end up raising for that?
We raised over $100,000 at the silent auction. I like to say it's we raised $100,000 in 27 minutes of fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Congratulations on that. Yeah. And Jim, one thing I'd like to add too, as well is, we hear obviously the biblical 10%, giving it back. And then, what I focus on and a lot of our team members as well is taking an additional 10% and focusing it on your own personal development, whether it's in the form of books, audio products, or seminars. And that 10% is going to help you grow your monies that you can then give back. That next 10% is going to be 30% the following year. We might have lost them.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. There we go. Go ahead, Jim.
Question or a statement?
Oh, I just wanted you to pick up on that, but yeah. So it's a great point. So the foundation at Interlinc, they're giving back, and we want you to just reminder as well. You're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show. Brandon Rhymes here in studio with Curt Lorden, and on the phones we're talking with the CEO and President Jim Van Steenhouse with Interlinc Mortgage, local lender here in Tampa Bay. It's so important for people to support the local economy and these local lenders, and that's another thing that we talk about a lot on the program as well.
We do. We talk about it all the time because, you talk about the bailout and the fact that taxpayers gave all the big banks the money, and now they're back in business. They bought up all the cheap real estate when the housing, crashed and everything else like that. But, one of the things that we do on the employee rally as well is we do have a motivational speaker. Who was the gentleman that we had last year? It was the guy who painted. He was amazing.
Yeah, we had Eric Wall in February of 16, and we had the one and only Lou Holtz in 2015.
Cool.
Do you know who we have slated for 2017, or is that too early?
I know exactly who we have slotted for 2017, but it's
a secret.
It's a highly held secret. You will not be disappointed. That's one of the things that you brought up the annual meeting. How many times do you have a gathering or an open house when you're selling real estate, Brandon, and folks are just around talking, and you ask them what they do and what do they think about the company, the culture, and where's the company going, and they look at you, with that deer in the headlights look. And it's important for every single individual in the organization to know exactly where this company has been, where this company is, and where this company is going. It's the only way that you can get 450 people or however many people are in your organization moving in the same direction. And if you're not moving in the same direction, that's a catastrophe waiting to happen. And we pull everybody together once a year, and I like to say it's 2 days, once a year for 2 days. And my saying is that it's I know for a fact that 2 days out of the year, 100% of the people in this company are on the same page. The training, gathering, a lot of camaraderie, obviously the fundraiser for the foundation, but it is pinnacle that everybody understands the vision of the organization. And when they're having that backyard barbecue and somebody says, what's going on in your company, everybody expects the answer to be, I have no clue. Well, the 450 individuals at Interlinc can tell you exactly what's going on.
Yep, we absolutely can. It's a dynamic, it's a dynamic company. I couldn't be happier than working for this company. I've been with 3 mortgage companies, this being the 3rd, and I own my own. And I mean, I'm tickled pink. I smile every single day, and just makes me happy. I love it.
It's good stuff. Raving fans, creating raving fans. So, Jim, thanks so much for calling into the show. Appreciate it. We're gonna talk more with Sara Chiareli here in studio, our interior design expert, Artful Conceptions owner, about some of these 203K loans. We're going to dive deeper on that in the next segment. But I want to thank you for calling in and being a great leader with Interlinc Mortgage.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Jim.
Take care. All right, so Curt, let's kind of tease this next segment here. We got about a minute left, but
sure.
These 203K loans, those listeners need to hang on to this next segment when we dive deeper on that.
They 100% they do, especially with Sara in studio. You just pay attention.
That's right. We're going to talk about interior design, things that you can do because inventory is a challenge. So, this is a product that is a renovation type of loan that allows you to purchase whatever type of property, and you can create within reason, whatever you want with this type of product. We're also going to talk about an interesting story here. DOT gives final approval to Tampa to Havana flights. The Tampa Bay Business Journal reporting the Department of Transportation gives final approval to Tampa to Havana flights. And we're going to talk about that and some of the impact as well. and we're going to visit with Sara Chiareli. She's the owner of Artful Conception, longtime friend of the program here, interior design specialist, and more from Curt Lorden. He's a local branch manager here with Interlinc Mortgage here in Tampa Bay. Local lender, support your local economy, and also touch on some of the things happening with the rates. What will the Fed raise the rates? Will they not? Let's see when we come back. So stay with us. The best is yet to come. You're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, realestateradiotampa.com.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation. Visit Pasco County, Florida.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonatti created, perfected, and patented the Bonatti spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonatti invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonatti spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonatti succeeds where others fail.
Ever need a doctor after hours? Well, searching won't help. But what do? You could go to the urgent care or ER, but if only there was a better way. Introducing the MNO Plus card. No waiting rooms, no copay, no consultation fee, giving you 24/7 access to a doctor by phone or online. It's easy to get started with affordable plans starting at $15 a month for a family of 5. For more information, visit mnoplus.com today.
Everyone's story is different, so why be limited to just one or two options? With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex, short-term, long-term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Real Estate Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty. And we're here in studio. It's Intelligent Talk Radio, some intelligent folks here in studio, making you more street smart, helping you win out there, sorting through a lot of the nonsense in the mainstream media, and providing you the truth around your real estate, credit, finance, estate planning, tax planning. Over 80 different show partners between our two brands. We've got the Real Estate Quarterback Show, which is obviously more real estate, credit, finance related. We also have the Consumer Quarterback Show. That one's health, wealth, nutrition, lifestyle related. And we want to remind you, you can stream our shows live at our website at realestateradiotampa.com. realestatequarterbackshow.com. Also, check out our YouTube channel. Some great information available on our YouTube channel. Interviews with some celebrities, local celebrities like Tampa Mayor Bob Buckhorn, St. Petersburg Mayor Kreisman, Mayor Credicus over at Clearwater, and also national celebrities like Grant Cardone and Warwick Dunn, different folks in the space of that as well. Jarek Robbins was just on a couple weeks ago. But check out our YouTube channel. A lot of information, and you can research a lot of different areas of our expert contributors as well. So we're back here in studio live from iHeartRadio, beautiful South Tampa. I got a couple of hot listings here. I got 8203 U.S. Highway 301 South in Riverview. This is a commercial property, commercial opportunity. Currently operating, there's a restaurant operating in there, which could stay as a tenant, or you could use this corner lot at 8203 U.S. Highway 301 South in Riverview, located right next to the Alafaya River, as your new business location. High traffic count going by each day, over 0.7 acres and over 30 parking spaces as well. So $599,000, great buying opportunity. And I got 8211 Brent Street, 838, unit number 838, Sand Pebble Point condo, 2-bedroom, 2-bath condominium. You also have a boat dock included at that price of $389,000. Great buying opportunity. 1,692 square feet on the 8th floor. You've got gorgeous views of Tampa Bay.
Sun is shining, the weather is sweet.
All right, so home ownership is down. We talked about that in previous shows. It's a renter's market. If you're a landlord out there and you're a renter, you're paying the highest rents that we've ever recorded here in Tampa Bay, and also nationally as well. Harvard did a study talking about the rents are rising and they continue to rise. And so for our investors, a lot of times we talk about, our investor partner, Net Worth Realty, off-market wholesale opportunities. If you're an investor out there, we can put you in contact with Emmanuel and the team over there, as well as Scott Maurer with Advance IRA. Buy your retirement through your IRA as well with Scott Maurer with Advanta IRA, and take a double advantage there with the tax breaks and tax incentives with purchasing real estate through an IRA. But Curt, we want to focus this segment on, we've got Sara Chiareli here in studio as well, talking about Artful Conceptions, interior design. And we want to focus this segment on, those buyers out there that might be frustrated right now. Inventory's tight. They're driving around with their agent, or maybe they're just driving around calling on signs, which is not the way to do it. No, it's not, but we see it all the time. So, what would you say to the consumers out there that are frustrated with the current inventory?
Stop being frustrated. And it's part of the game right now, and just explore your options with these renovation type loans. The problem is that, you go in there with a real estate agent and they see it. They don't really, they may not be able to explain it to you, or you just may not have the vision on what this house possibly could be. I mean, we talked about, related to dating and not having like the perfect spouse and sending to plastic surgery. You can't do that, but you can do it with a house.
Right.
So, aligning yourself with someone like Sara that can come in and, do that, 3D dimensional, moving the walls around, and, there's Artful Conceptions, and having that as far as like a teammate with your real estate agent will lessen that frustration. And obviously, she'll tell you exactly what she does and what that all entails, but you kind of need to think outside of the box in moments like these.
Right.
Houses aren't just falling from the sky. They did in The Wizard of Oz, but that's a whole different story.
Her mind didn't bring that in yet.
No,
houses came with that tropical storm.
I just lost my train of thought now with that joke.
Come on, man.
But yeah, I mean, you got to think outside of the box to make sure that you're in the best position possible to not pass up an opportunity that you may not realize is there, is the main thing. So, yeah, I mean, Sara, tell us a little about what you...
Yeah, so we love to do that. When when you're looking at houses, and Brandon's taking them out to look at houses, and they're looking at what their mortgage is going to be, what are they going to do with it, what can they afford, what can they not afford. We want to go out and give them an extra hand in that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's talk about which one, if we get in here, maybe it's a full gut. Maybe it's like, okay, this is a great location, but God, we got to gut everything in there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go in and let's talk about what those expenses are going to be. Let's talk about what that timetable would be. Let's talk about how it would look afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe you got another property that's like, hey, the location's pretty good here, but maybe we only have to redo the kitchen and maybe a bathroom or something along those lines. We want to be able to come in and do that. And we'll do that for Brandon's team, where we'll come out and meet with you between houses and figure out, like, let's talk about budget. Let's talk about your budget. And we'll do that at no cost to do that first consultation with you to talk about what's the best options and which is the right house for you, and what you can be able to get to let you know what they need to be getting a mortgage for what those expenses would be.
Yeah, and I mean with the 203K process, when you identify a home, you bring in someone like Sarah and you bring in a construction general contractor. They do bids, and you can finance all that in within the purchase price. So you're not actually coming out of pocket with any of that money. So it would be the equivalent of if the house for sale was $100,000, but you're doing $50,000 improvements. Your loan amount's $150. The purchase price is still $100. So you fit it within your budget. And I'm working with a client who we just submitted a contract for brand new construction because she literally couldn't find anything that was within her budget for a brand new house. And she was going to do the 203K but opted against it. And even though I urged her to do it, but the reality is that those homes are still out there. You need to be able to identify them.
Oh, yeah. And especially if you're looking waterfront property, almost every one of those, if they're in that great price range where you want to be and you're getting a great deal on it, most probability there's definitely some remodeling that needs to be done in those properties.
And multiple offers, too.
Exactly. Well, you have one listed down near Maximo Marina because I drive by it every time I take my boat out. And it does. It would be a rehab type loan, and it would be a beautiful house. Beautiful, beautiful house. So, you're right. That's exactly what we have as far as the market. Homeownership is at a 50-year low, and so are rates. Those two numbers don't jive.
They shouldn't coincide.
They shouldn't coincide at all.
Yeah.
And we have sellers holding on too tight with their home values. Well, it's not a shock that home values right now are about 5% below the peak. They're going to start trickling down. It's just a natural progression. Now, the reason why they're so high is because of the lack of inventory. It's not because of ridiculous, mortgage programs that, lend to people that shouldn't be lended to.
Yeah, absolutely. I also want to plug Jason Avery Construction Home Remodeling as well. He works closely with Sarah on some of the jobs that do require those walls to be moved. If you just joined us, you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show. We're in studio here live from iHeartRadio in South Tampa, and we're talking with Curt Lorden. He's the branch manager of Interlinc Mortgage, and also Sara Chiareli with Artful Conceptions. And Curt, here's a story as well that recently hit the wire. It says good news. It says new home sales accelerate, resales decline from the Census Bureau. July brought data at 12.4% leap in new home buying. Sales approached a 9-year peak, even without the 4.3 months of new home inventory. And the bad news is the National Association of Realtors July saw existing home purchases slip 3.2%. Inventory was down 5.8% year over year. The median sale price was $244,000, 5.3% better than a year earlier.
Well, that makes sense with what we're talking about right now because the existing inventory, the resales, are probably not in the best condition because look at the environment we just came from. If a house was purchased in 2007 and the housing crashed, they were unable to unload it. They probably didn't have the means to keep it and maintain it, so it probably has issues. Maybe it has galvanized steel plumbing. Maybe the roof needs work. Maybe the bathrooms are outdated. Maybe there's water spots. There's floor issues. All of those different items. Buyers, don't shy away from that. Don't go to the brand new construction because you don't have the vision to make this house your dream home. Because you're buying it, and you're going to get far more reward or return on your investment by buying an existing home and remodeling it than buying something that's brand new that's at the peak of the price. Because you can probably get a deal on those houses that are existing.
Oh,
yeah, you definitely can.
Yeah,
save some money.
Yeah, and the other thing that we can do is we can bring in better product than what you can get because a lot of times when you're buying those new home construction, you're getting a base level cabinetry, you're getting a base level of certain things. We can, for the same kind of price, bring it up to a level and bring you in cabinetry that's all solid wood boxes, dovetailed, all the higher end features that you want to find. We can do that when we're remodeling it, that you're not going to be able to get that usually from the builder unless you're going in the higher price range builders, unless you're doing those really custom builders.
Well, plus you get to choose. You get to pick what you want. You're not, pigeonholed to whatever they've already established. And this isn't just for new purchases. If you're sitting in a home that needs updated, that you just don't have the, you don't want to go and take out a $50,000 second mortgage, or you don't want to, take out $50,000 in credit card debt, you can do a 203K loan rehab and utilize Sarah in the exact same capacity. Have her come in if you have that, the old pink tile in your bathrooms or the, shag carpet or whatever it is, and you want to update it.
That's right.
That's now the time to do it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Rates are low. Inventory is tight, but this 203K loan is available. And, unfortunately, I think a lot of times the realtors don't tell their clients about these loans because they want it to close faster. They're a little bit self-interested. They want to have the loan close quicker. But stay with us. We're going to talk more about DOT gives final approval to Tampa to Havana flight from the Tampa Bay Business Journal, and more from our experts here in studio. Sara Chiareli, we're talking interior design and style, and we're talking mortgages and finance with Curt Lorden, Interlinc Mortgage. So don't touch that dial. You're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, realestateradiotampa.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Real Estate Quarterback Show. This segment is brought to you by Brace Accounting, the official accounting partner with the Real Estate Quarterback Show. Giving a big shout out to Ronald Brace over at Brace Accounting. And he's got a great team over there as well, Tom Oleski. And Ronald Brace is also an off-air ICE official, 24 years running now with the Tampa Bay Lightning. So who better to have as an off-ice official than a CPA, right? Keeping track of those stats. And also Cornerstone PEO. I want to give a big shout out to Greg Arnold with Cornerstone PEO. Payroll, HR compliance. You'd focus on being a great business owner, business leader, and let Cornerstone PEO handle your payroll and compliance. And we're back here in studio live from iHeartRadio, South Tampa, Florida here. We're talking with Curt Lorden, branch manager, Interlinc Mortgage, as well as Sara Chiareli, Artful Conceptions here in Tampa Bay. So let's kind of pick up and talk a little bit more about the interior design side of things, Sara. What are you seeing out there?
So, we're seeing a lot of great things. We're seeing deep, rich colors coming back. I want to say that again, deep, rich colors. We are, market's going to be next month in October. I'll actually be in North Carolina for about half a week, just seeing all the newest trends and all the newest things that are coming in. But we are moving away from neutral on neutral on neutral on neutral. And it's going to be much more of those deep, and I'm going to say turquoise, but don't think back to that like pink and turquoise from like way back when, what the airport used to look like.
Yeah, right.
None of that, but it's like a really deep color. And I always say it has a little touch of muddiness to it. So it's like got a little bit more of that earthiness to the color. You're going to be seeing some emeralds. You're going to be seeing some really bright reds coming in. You're going to be seeing really deep magenta tones coming out in things. So it's going to be a mix of that. It's going to be a mix of gold and silver together, plus some of that like iron and bronze coming in. It's just going to we're going much deeper, much more fall colors coming in. And you're seeing that translate into all the different things that we're putting in. We're using, lots of glass tiles, lots of depth that's going in on there. Not your little teeny tiny ones, the bigger ones, lots of tone to it. Let's see some of those patterns, some of those things that are going into it. No more Ubatuba. Please, 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 please. No to get rid of the Ubatuba granite. It's not going in. We're not doing it. It's, it's been done. It's been done over and over again. And it wasn't all that pretty to begin with.
Is that the one that's dark with the light tan in it?
Well, there's two Ubatubas. There's the one that makes me cringe every time, and it's like the white Ubatuba, which is the like white background with the gray and black flecks, and it looks all extremely consistent, and it looks like something you would see in a gas station bathroom. That's like the one that makes me cringe.
What gas station are you hanging out at?
Come on, you remember they always do the women's a little bit nicer than the guys. But
all right.
That makes sense why I don't know what it is.
I haven't seen that one.
Exactly.
But the other one is that like it's kind of like it's black with some green in it, and it's like not quite black, but it's not quite green, and it's not quite brown, and it's like all, but again, very, very consistent. That was the other Ubatuba that they used like nonstop, and it was when people said they wanted a black granite and they would give them Ubatuba, and it was like, but that's not black. Give me absolute black. Give me a really rich depth black, or a galaxy black, which is gorgeous. Oh my God, has these like gold flecks in it. Fantastic. Do you know what I mean? Like there's some really great deep ones to use. Let's get away from those ones that you'd find at Home Depot.
Nice.
Like,
see, this is why you need a professional, because I would have gotten Ubatuba granite just because it's a fun word to say.
Yeah.
And I think actually originally people did. Like I really think when it like first goes like about 10 years ago, everybody's like, Ubatuba. And it was like, no.
Well, that's why we want you reaching out to Sara Chiareli, Artful Conceptions. She'll come out and give you an overall, design look, whether it's an existing property or renovation type of loan that's, an inventory property. Sara can come out, sit down with you, free consultations, and tell you, what's trending, what's looking good for the terms of, living in it, but also for the resale.
Oh, absolutely. And I'll tell you right now, we've got a bunch of different like kitchen remodels that are going on that are just like kind of simple facelifts. So, maybe you had great cabinets to start with, or you have a great layout that you actually really like, but you don't like that granite, or you don't like the backsplash, or you want to change things out. We do a lot of that too. We'll come in, we'll change out your granite, we'll change out the backsplash, change the lighting, move those kind of things around. And it looks like we did an entire brand new kitchen, and really all we did was give a great facelift all the way through it. And it's not so much that you can't live through it, because most of the time I tell you, if we're going to do a whole kitchen remodel, go find some place to be for about 6 weeks.
Yeah. There you
Stay at
go.
a friend's house.
Move out for a little while. That's right. So, it's official. Southwest Airlines flight to Havana from Tampa International Airport was finalized by the U.S. Department of Transportation on Wednesday. Dallas-based flights, Southwest as well, one of 8 U.S. airlines to begin scheduled flights to Havana as early as this fall. The DOT finalized its decision, tentative decision from the 7th to the 20th. So, yeah, it's interesting. We're going to be able to have these flights to Havana. Interesting. You plan on going?
Absolutely.
Be cool.
It's like one of the only islands in that area that I haven't been to. So
exactly.
I'm pretty excited to fly down there and just kind of check out the culture, the history. It's a beautiful, beautiful island. Have you ever seen pictures or seen videos or anything like that? There's just so much culture and so much history down there. And the food is, I'm assuming, top notch and amazing since it's amazing here. So.
Yeah, exactly. That'd be cool, and it'd probably be just a quick and easy flight, low cost on the flight as well.
Yeah, it'd be like flying to Puerto Rico. I would suspect. You know.
Yeah.
Well, didn't JetBlue do their first flight this week? Didn't that
they might
happen?
have, yeah.
I think JetBlue did their first flight this week to Havana.
Cool.
I think I want to own a paint company in Havana, though, because they haven't had a whole lot of paints coming in. Like, wouldn't that be awesome to be like the first Sherwin-Williams paint store there?
That's awesome. Yeah, I like it. Thinking outside the box. Yeah. How can we capitalize on that, right?
Maybe I'll see if we can lend down there, do some 2 or 3 Ks.
There you go. All right, lightning round. Top consumer tips, things to do, things to avoid. Curt Lorden, you're up first.
Make sure that you when you're dealing with a real estate agent or a mortgage broker, you vet them out. You treat it like a job interview. You don't go with the first one. You don't listen to all the money that comes in. Make a common sense decision on working with both of them, because they're handling the single largest investment of your entire life. And if you're listing a house, you look at their marketing packet. And I know Brandon has a wonderful listing packet and marketing packet with all of his listings. And your mortgage consultant, you want them to ask about your family, your future, everything like that. You just don't want to walk into some place and say, I need a mortgage, and then deal with that, because you'll ends up being a disaster.
Absolutely. Sara Chiareli?
I kind of go with the same thing. So if you're looking to remodel a home and you want to or redesign something, make sure that whoever you're looking at, designer-wise, everything, has contractors that they work with on a regular basis. Ask to talk to those contractors. Ask to talk to past clients. Find out how the process went with them. Find out, do you want to hire your contractor separate and hire your designer separate? You have the option to do that. Make sure that they can work well together, because sometimes you might have a contractor that you love, but they don't necessarily work great with a designer. Jason and Avery and I work really well together.
Yes.
But you want to be able to do that. You want to make sure that they're doing projects that you want to do. And my personal opinion, when you're looking at a designer, make sure that there is a wide range of styles that they're doing, because if you keep seeing the same look over and over again, you're going to get that same look. You're not going to get you.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to give a big shout out as well to Warwick Dunn Charity. Saw another home dedication that he did this week, helping single parents gain home ownership. Saw something like that come across on the Facebook page, and we shared it. So big shout out to Warwick Dunn.
Warwick Dunn. Warwick spins to the 10. He's to the 5, 4, 2, touchdown.
Football season's back. We're excited.
Yes.
A lot of good things
Absolutely.
happening.
I think it was his 139th house, if I saw it come across. If I read that right.
Yep.
So that's incredible. That's absolutely incredible.
Helping single parents gain home ownership, and he's been a guest on our show. He's on our YouTube channel. We just created a best of highlight reel of the Real Estate Quarterback Show with some of the celebrity clients that we've had on the show, or celebrities on the show rather. And also, so my consumer tip for this segment is that there's no such thing as multitasking. We've heard that, we've talked about it before, but you cannot multitask. You cannot go from one cognitive function to the other. You can't do two at the same time. So for example, trying to be on a conference call and checking emails at the same time. What you do is you stop listening, and then you check the email, and then you hear someone say your name or something. You're back on the conference call. But switching makes you dumber than being stoned, according to CNN. It's when you're actually stoned, you're down 5% of your IQ, but when you're down switching, you're down 10%, and so you're losing 28% of your productive thinking by trying to switch tasks, going back and forth. So, most people today are going through their day totally baked out of their mind. So that's a tip for you there. So focus on one thing at a time. Set aside time to focus on your vital few functions. What can you do to move the needle forward, help your business grow, help your family build a better legacy? And we want you reaching out to our local partners here. Curt Lorden, branch manager, Interlinc Mortgage. I want to thank Sara Chiareli, Artful Conceptions, interior design expert here on the Real Estate Quarterback Show. And just remind you again, all of our 80-plus show partners are available at realestateradiotampa.com. Just click on the Expert Contributors tab, and you'll be able to see all of the folks that can help you live a better life and help you win no matter what you're facing out there.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
And so it's another great show. I want you to go out there and please consider committing a random act of kindness. We'll see you next time, same time and place. Real Estate Quarterback Show, realestateradiotampa.com.